All right, guys, so section 3.2 kind of follows from section 3.1 where we talked about two lines, right, cut by a transversal. Now, the special thing about this is now we have two parallel lines, okay, cut by a transversal. So here, remember this symbol right here, this double arrow means that those lines are parallel, right? And it's cut by this transversal right there. Okay, so we have those angle pairs, right, that we discussed, the corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and the consecutive interior angles. Okay, there's some special relationships that we need to know about them, are these four theorems that we're going to talk about here. Um, Now remember that this only applies when the two lines are parallel, okay, and then cut by transversal, or it could be 3 or 4 lines parallel. The first one we're going to look at is corresponding angles theorem, okay, so it tells you that if you have a pair of corresponding angles, they're going to be congruent. So in this case, here we have angle 2 and angle 6, right? They are congruent because they are corresponding angles, okay? Then the other pair here, we have angle 4 and angle 8. Angle 4 congruent to angle 8, okay? Then we have angle 1 with angle 5. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. And the last pair is angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. Okay, so those are the corresponding angles, and they are congruent when the lines are parallel and it's cut by a transversal. The next one is the alternate interior angles theorem. Okay, remember alternate interior, it's on the inside of the parallel lines. So I have a pair here, angle 3 and angle 6. Okay, they are going to be congruent. Okay, angle 3 and angle 6. And then the other pair here, angle 5 and angle 4. Remember that alternate interior angles, they are on opposite sides of the transversal, but they're both on the inside of the parallel lines. Then we have alternate exterior angles. So here we have alternate exterior, that means it's on the outside of the parallel lines, and alternating sides of the transversal. So angle 2 and angle 7, they're going to be congruent, okay? And the other pair is angle 1 and angle 8. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 8, okay? And then the last set are the consecutive interior angles. Remember the consecutive interior angles, you got to remember that this one is the only one that's different, okay? Consecutive interior angles are going to be supplementary. So angle 3 and angle 5, okay, their measures are going to add to 180. So the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 5 is equal to 180, okay? And the measure of angle 4 with angle 6, okay, measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 6 is also going to be equal to 180, okay? So remember, okay, that the consecutive interior angles, or same side, right, we also call it same side interior, okay, that's the other name for it. They are going to be supplementary, okay? So now let's take a look at an example of how we can use algebra, okay, to solve. Here I have line S and line T are parallel, so I know these two lines are parallel, okay, and I want to solve for X. First thing I need to do is identify the pair of angles. Okay, I have this angle right here, okay, right there, and this angle right there. So they're both on the outside of the parallel line, okay, but they are on alternate side of the transversal. So that means these are alternate exterior, right, and angles, right? And remember, they are going to be congruent, okay? So we're just going to set them equal and solve for X. So 3x minus 8 equals 2x plus 10. Okay, we got to distribute. 3x minus 3 times 8 is 24 equals 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 10, 20. Now we can go ahead and add 24 to both sides. Remember, there's different ways to approach it. 3x equals 2x plus 44. Now I minus 2x from both sides, and I get x equals 44. Okay, so notice that the question is only asking for x, so I don't have to plug it in and try to find the angle. Okay, but if I were try to find what the angle is, I would just plug the x in there, 44 for x, and then solve. All right, let's look at this other example here now. Now, again, line S and T are parallel. Okay, and this is the transversal. So don't let this fool you, right? Look at the angles, right? And then if you need to, turn your paper so that the parallel lines are going this way and the transversal is going up and down like that. So you don't get confused, right? But these two are going to be consecutive, right? Consecutive interior angles. Okay, so consecutive interior. Okay, and we know the consecutive interiors are going to be supplementary, right? It's the only one that was different. So we gotta add them and make it equal to 180. So 4x minus 12 plus 120 equals 180. Combine like terms, negative 12 with 120, so that's going to be plus 108 equals 180. Okay, minus 108 on both sides. 4x equals 180 minus 108 is going to give us 72. When I divide by 4, I get x equals 18. Okay, again, the question is just asking us to find x, so we find x is 18, and then we are all set.